9 wins in a row for the Bohs, including that most recent 3-1 win at Richmond Park on Saturday in the league, into the FAI Cup semi-finals. Things are very good in the black and red at the moment.
Yeah, we're going really well. We've really started to click together and put results down where earlier in the season I think performances were happening but results weren't coming, and thankfully at the right end of the season it's all clicking for us.
What's the reason for the upturn in form? Because it's been so good. You're the informed team in the country at the moment.
Not sure. Like, we've had a settled side. I think the backlog of games at the start of the season was difficult for us with the amount we were playing and the lads going to work and then trying to recover, and we weren't actually working on anything and trying, and you're more or less trying to manage bodies than anything. And going Friday to Friday now, we've really just hit a purple patch and we're going well, and we're able to put into practice what we're learning out on the training pitch into games, and it's paying dividends for us.
Yeah, I know. Spoke to your assistant coach Trevor probably a number of weeks ago, and he was just saying that he wanted to be able to work with you guys on the training pitch week to week, but because you had so many games, that was impossible. And since that's happened and everybody's been back fit and available, it's worked really well. Yeah,
definitely. I think that the proof is in the pudding, and it's certainly something that could be looked at for next season to see the standard and the quality of the games towards the end of the season to the start of the season. I think is like chalk and cheese, and it's, for us, it's been exceptional.
Yeah, the most recent win, as I mentioned, on Saturday at Richmond Park. I know Keith Long, the manager, made 11 changes. He played a lot of young players. Ali Regba makes his debut at 18 years of age, scores twice. A really, really good performance from him. All you guys, the senior pros, watched the game with the Bohs away fans, which I thought was really cool, and a really good league win to make it 9 wins in a row and just keep up that momentum, I suppose, heading into this cup semi-final.
Yeah, like I said it before, I'd done an interview, I think, after the Cork game, and I was just talking about the competitiveness in training, and so some of the 11v11 games out there have been unbelievable, like the standard, the quality, and no matter what way you move the teams about, it's constantly intense, and you're constantly up against a player who you're both pushing, and that showed in spades on Saturday. The gaffer having the confidence to put in the younger players and put in lads who hadn't started maybe in the last 6-7 weeks, and the lads went out and performed the way we all know they could. There seems to be a big shock around saying the young boys are put out and this was put out, but there was no question behind the scenes with us or with the manager or with the players that played that they were going to go out and do a job and get the result. Yeah,
you're also head of youth development here, so you oversee the under-19s, under-17s, under-15s as well, so you must have been a very proud man standing in the crowd watching some of those younger ones, even though they are your teammates as well, the likes of Andy Lyons and Paddy Kirk and Ryan Graydon and Ali Regba, to name just 4 who you kind of work with the underage teams, and they also train with you with the first team, and we're playing with the first team a lot this season.
Yeah, I was saying during the week there, it's a very different feeling winning as a player to winning as a coach, and it was immensely the proud feeling. It's a different kind of feeling you get in your stomach watching the lads actually perform when I'm not involved or playing with them. So no, it was very good, and it's just going from strength to strength. I think what we've been putting, this hasn't just happened overnight either. Like this has been coming in the pipeline years. That the 17s obviously won the 17s section. I think if they don't win on, or if they don't lose at the weekend, they go unbeaten for the whole year, which is phenomenal. Jimmy and Huey and Paul have done very, very well there. Jer with the 15s has been flying. So, and then the schoolboy section, like the players coming through, St. Kevin's has been phenomenal. You see the players that made the debut at the weekend, the likes of Grado and Hamo, and lads who have played for Kevin's as youngers, they're coming into the first team. So all that is tying together really well, and working hard behind the scenes to make sure that continues for years down the line.
Yeah, I watched your under-15s as well. They played Shamrock Rovers twice recently, won both games 1-0, and they were real grudge matches, if that is the right word, that age group. You mentioned the 17s, the 19s won the cup. They're also into the last 8 at the quarter-finals in their league as well. And a lot of them have been playing in the first team. Bohs are doing great stuff off the pitch. Crowds at Dalymount have been good. It's a good time to be involved with the club at the moment, isn't it?
Very good, very good. And like I said, the groundwork was done years ago, and we're only continuing it and pushing it on. And hopefully this is going to be the start to us really kicking on and challenging over the next coming years. So it's been very tiring, but you're seeing everything come to fruition now, which is the most important.
Is this your third season at Bohs or second?
This will be my
Okay, so you came home from Scotland, you signed here as a player originally, and you've now become, on the coaching staff as well. Could you see the early stages of what was happening then? Because you said it's been a plan that's been happening over the last coming years, but it just seems in the last number of months to have really kind of come together well.
Yeah, like when we came in, the 17s obviously had the players like Steve Nolan and Grado and that coming through, and Jimmy's brought them through from the 17s into the 19s, and then you take over the 19s, and now they've gone into the first team. So like that pathway has been there, and it's proven that it works. So it's a lot of the hard work was done before I was here. It's continued while I was here, and the effort of the coaching and people behind the scenes and the board and the volunteers has just been extraordinary.